Hey there, it's Seb Frey here with another exciting episode of Seb Frey TV. And today I want to talk to you about opportunity cost and why that drives so much of what you pay for. So I am right now getting some bids for a house to have it painted. And you know what? There's a big discrepancy in the bids, right? I mean, some bids are really almost twice as much as the other bids. And you got to ask yourself, why is it that those bids are, so far apart in price? And the paint is going to cost the same, right? The labor is going to cost pretty much the same, right? It could be that some painter has like a little more experienced painter guy that's, better than the other ones that, maybe are newer at the job or whatever. But basically there's not going to be a whole big difference in terms of the labor for the job. So why is it that some jobs just cost like twice as much as other jobs? And the answer for that is the opportunity cost, right? So it's like, yes, this other painter, right, who charges twice as much, he could charge half as much, just like the other guy is charging, and he could still make a profit. But why isn't he doing it? Is it because he is greedy? Well, maybe he's greedy, right? But probably the reason why he's not doing it is because the opportunity cost is that much to him that he charges that much. So here's where that shows up. His opportunity cost is, if he takes that job of half the pay, he has other people who will pay him as much as he is asking for, twice as much as the other guy, for whatever reason. Now, it could be he has a really good reputation, he does really good marketing, or whatever it is. For whatever reason, that painter who charges twice as much, he feels like he can charge twice as much because his services are in that much demand. So if he charges you less, he basically is taking money off of his plate and giving it to you. And why would he do that? I mean, he might do that because maybe he's helping with a church or a charity or something like that. There may be some feel-good reason why he would charge less, but he kind of owes it to himself and to his family and to his employees to basically charge what people will pay him to do the job. And if he's getting less than that, then there is a huge opportunity cost, and that right there explains the discrepancy, I think, in a lot of the bids that you're going to see, right? So some contractors, for example, when they are needing, jobs, right, they don't really have much opportunity cost because they have no other opportunity, right? They're not going to miss out on anything if they don't take your job. That's why they can do it for a lot less. Now, that shows up also when you're talking to a realtor, right? I mean, you can find a realtor anyway. You can find a realtor anywhere who's going to charge you a flat fee. They're going to charge you a very low amount of money. And that's because, for two reasons. One, they're not going to give you very good service. And two, they don't have a whole lot going on. They're pretty desperate to get that business in. They don't have any opportunity cost because they have nothing else to do with their time. So they think, well, like a small amount is better than no amount. And so they will, take that listing or whatever at a very reduced rate. So you have to ask yourself, why is it that this realtor is working so much less than some other realtors? And I think that the answer is going to have to be because that realtor just isn't very busy. And he's probably not very busy because he's either a new, inexperienced, has a bad reputation, or why else? Because any good realtor is going to be busy enough that they are not going to want to, sacrifice for, their own livelihood so that you can pay less, because it's just not fair to them. They have their own family. They have their own retirement to fund, I mean, there's no realtors pension plan going on, right? So, like the good realtors are going to charge you more than the other realtors. And yeah, it's the same job. They'll do it better and they could charge you less. But they owe it to themselves not to charge you less because of the opportunity cost involved in not helping somebody else who would pay them that rate. So opportunity cost, once you understand what it is, it really helps to explain the big discrepancy that you'll find in so many jobs that you quote out. And it just goes to show you that the cheapest one is, in many cases, not the best alternative. All right, that is it for this episode of Seb Frey TV. I do hope you've enjoyed listening to my rambling discourse about opportunity cost. And hey, if you like it, would you give me a thumbs up? Would you give me a like? Would you give me a comment or a share or something? I would really appreciate it. Make sure that any of your friends, families, coworkers, or contractors that you know who would enjoy seeing this get to see it by doing a share. Just pass on the link, whatever you can do. All right, that wraps up this episode of Seb Frey TV. I will have another episode up again before too long.